with every single success, it feels like, okay, you should relax because like it's going to be fine. Oh my god, I don't know. What if they don't like it?
Yeah. Yara, welcome to the Seat of the Muse podcast.
Thank you.
I'm so excited that you're here. Honestly, I'm like so excited to do this episode with you, and I'm honored that you've agreed to come on.
It's been a while.
Show. Yeah, long time coming.
We planned it for some time.
Yeah, good things take time. It's okay. So before we go into all of the episodes, so you are the brand manager of 971 Hospitality that looks after the brands that everybody knows and is obsessed with, including restaurants like Nina, Zephyr, Bottarga, Lagana in London, and then all the way to Abu Dhabi we have Soraya, the sister restaurant. So we're gonna talk about all of this and go into your brain because these concepts are amazing. But before starting any session, I like to ask my guest one question. Imagine we're doing this in front of an audience. Who is one person that you would like to see in your front row and why?
Oh, I'm gonna start crying now.
Bring on the tissues.
I'm emotional today. No, okay. I mean, we're speaking English and my mom can't speak English, but I think my mom, because yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, my mom, I haven't been to any of our restaurants.
Okay.
So I was like planning all the visas and visits and stuff. I think it's this time of the months when everyone is emotional. But yeah, I would be really excited for my mom to be there. And we're very, very close. And every opening I disappear and my mom calls me and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I cannot talk. So obviously it would be nice for her to witness that. And someone else could translate it for her. But yeah, that would be my mom.
Okay. I'll definitely add an option maybe of subtitles for that.
Yeah. But some of that's, my mom cannot know everything. Yeah. So I'm still filtering a lot of things from my family. Not in a bad way, but you always know that, parents and families have different understandings of things. But yeah.
We'll make a second version for parents.
Yeah, parental control. Got it out. But yes, and basically I am a brand director of the group. I have a brand manager that is growing alongside with me and a great team that is working on the restaurants that you have mentioned. And I'm really happy and excited to be here because it's been a while that I've been promising to do something like this. And for me, this is I believe the first podcast that I've ever done. I mean, the first podcast related to what I do is the second podcast in my life because I did one with my friend. So yeah, I'm very excited.
And I'm so honored for that. Honestly, super honored. Like, thank you so much for trusting me with your story and to share that. And so I guess, you have a lot of followings on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere.
Not a lot.
No, you do. It's fine. I mean,
but they're amazing people.
Yes. And I think the question on everyone's mind is, how do you get to the job that you have? First, I guess, what does it entail? How do you get there? Because you're essentially, as you describe it, a foodie working in food. And I think it's everyone's dream to just eat all day. So
yeah.
So tell us.
It looks like that's what I do. It's funny because that's obviously a very long story. And I do get this question a lot. We did not really have this position in the company when I first got exposed to the industry and hospitality overall. So I'm happy to go backwards to probably 2011 is the time when I made a move to Cambridge first. I was in Cambridge for 1 year. I was doing my foundation program because there's a difference between Russian school and UK and the terms that can get me into university. It wasn't planned. I wasn't going to move, and I was studying foundation and more like into accounting and business related. And I knew I'm gonna go into like management, business administration, and I did a year there, and I had a hobby of filming. I mean, it's like a very short story. Like making a very long story short, but I was doing filming. And because I have a music background, I did 11 years of piano and singing. And as you know, I mean, I'm quite proud of Russian music school. It's quite difficult and passionate. And it was like hours and hours of training and doing things. So I used to film, and instead of my editing was different. So I would just choose music and sounds and everything and then edit accordingly. So I wouldn't just like throw music on top of it. So it was really like loved by people that I was doing projects with. And I moved to London. I studied business administration, masters of business administration, and I wasn't a foodie. I loved food, but I didn't have an opportunity to go out as much because I was just like studying and doing the part-time jobs that I had. And the only love to food I could say is obviously we've always cooked at home, and we've respected the family gathering together around the table. So the dinners together, we tried to have breakfast together as well before everyone runs out. It was very early, but it was really important for our mom to put everyone on the same table. It was very like clean kind of eating. My mom was into like healthy, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, lots of salads. And my aunt, on the other hand, she moved to Japan a while ago, probably like 25 years ago. So I guess I was exposed to the restaurants first when I was about 10 years old. That was my first trip to Japan. I did not understand anything they were giving me. It was, for me, it was like horrible. My mom,
Such wasted
yeah,
opportunities.
exactly right. I was like, now if you give me that,
Yeah.
no, I was like raw fish. I was like, oh, and I was like miso soup, and my mom was so excited. I'm like, this is horrible,
Oh,
mom.
God.
I was just like, no. My uncle's, my aunt's husband, my uncle, he was Japanese. He's Japanese, so UK, and he was like, do you want some ice cream? Because I didn't speak English, but ice cream, yeah, and like fries. So me and
Universal
he was
language.
saving me, yeah, because I was like, please. Anyway, but this was the time I got exposed to hospitality first, and the service, and especially the level of packaging and everything in Japan is just insane. So I was always like looking forward to the next trip. I've been to Japan about 5 times, I
Okay,
believe.
nice.
And we always spend like a good amount of time traveling around and seeing amazing things. And they always wanted us to go into like the best hotels and best restaurants and best omakase experiences that I don't remember. I'm like,
So
sad. And it was back to probably 2015 is the time that I met the founders of the group.
Okay.
And we met on Christmas Eve, exactly 10 years ago. So this
Wow.
Christmas Eve is going to be 10 years
Oh my God.
that we know each other. And we just instantly became friends because, God bless, I have failed my exams that period. And I couldn't travel home for Christmas and New Year's because university was really important to me. And this is the time when it happened. And they had their own plans. And we ended up in Pachamama. That was the first project of the group. And the first three dishes that I had was the aubergine, plantain.
Oh, I love that one.
It was insane.
It was so
And
good.
I guess one more, padron peppers.
Okay.
That was the first time I've ever tried anything like that. It was my first time trying Peruvian cuisine. I had no idea what it is. It was my first time being, again, like I did go out a bit, but I haven't been to any institutional restaurants back then. I didn't know LPM. I didn't know anything. Apart from Nando's that I loved
I love.
as a
It's
student.
my
I still
comfort
love.
food till now. Like, I have it once a week.
Yeah, I passed by the station. I was
Yeah.
like, Nando's, you smell.
Yeah, after the episodes.
Yeah, celebration. But yeah, it was great. And I still remember these first flavors of me sitting on the counter. It's buzzy, it's busy. The guys are running around. It's Christmas Eve. The older brother is trying to give away a sea bass to someone because it's fresh and he doesn't want it to spoil over Christmas. I was like, wow, these people are cool. And yeah, it's just a long story, but we ended up being good friends. And at some point, I started slowly just being involved part time. And it was, again, it wasn't planned because back then I was doing my filming and studying and thinking where I'm going to go, because I actually thought I'm going to have like a filming studio or I'm going to go into cinematography or anything. And I took a few pictures of food and I still have this photo shoot. It was horrible. I don't understand why no one, like, I mean, I could see in the faces of Iske that is like, what is this? But he was so nice and supportive. And I was the one who was like, oh, I want to rebuild a website, or I want to like post pictures on Instagram, and I started posting a lot of stories back then where like people were not really posting much videos, and I was just like talking behind the camera and like filming characters because again our group is very good with amazing people. So everyone had a character and charm and everything. So I was like joking, making fun, filming busy service, and I was showing like the inside of it. I would
Okay.
come into the kitchen, film someone. Like now it's very common
Yeah.
because obviously everyone is online, everyone's cooking, showing the inside behind the scenes. It's on trend
Yeah.
right now. So I remember at some point, if I was sick and I wasn't doing things, people would DM and be like, "Oh my god, where's the girl talking behind the camera? What's happening?" And back then I was really shy, so I didn't really like post on my social media, and I was I felt uncomfortable in my body overall, so I wasn't really like posting myself on my face. And then there was like Periscope came into place, or like some platforms that you were streaming, and I was like streaming with like thousands of people watching, but I wasn't showing my face. I was just talking
Yeah.
around and showing. Anyway, and then slowly I got involved with more of like more of food
Okay.
related questions. So we were doing concepts together and writing things together, and just the journey involved a lot of eating and going around and saving places on my phone. I had massive lists. So like right now when I post on TikTok about me going somewhere, that was like 10 times more, 20 times more before. So I would constantly be seeking new places, new openings. I was traveling to East London every day because that was the hub for all the coolest openings for me back then. I still appreciate East London now, but again, I think I toned down and I know what I'm gonna like or no.
Yeah.
Before I didn't. So before I would go everywhere, and um not saying like I didn't have a filter, but I was more like hungry for everything.
Yeah, no, of course. And then you narrow it down.
And then you know what you like, and especially like currently a lot of people would send me a place and be like, "Oh, have you been? What do you think?" And I'm like, "It looks like I won't like it." So if I have spare time, I'll go and check it out. But I don't really talk about places I don't like. I realize I prefer to talk about the places I like and just keep whatever is not for me on the side, because hospitality and restaurants is very difficult. So even if it's not something for me, I really don't want to be negative about it.
Yeah.
Unless it's like really bad, and I'm gonna tell my friends. But overall,
Yeah.
no.
Make them a service.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't go there, but okay. So yeah, the journey involved a lot of eating and studying. Meanwhile, I went and got another degree, and following people on Instagram that really helped me, and restaurants. I really go back to like all the folders I had on Instagram. Um, I was daily creating folders of concepts on my phone. And I was like, okay, this is our future, this concept or this or that. Like most of them didn't come to life, but they were helping to create this vision in the head of things that I like, dishes, the plating that is nice. So I would be the one doing the like landlord packs and experimenting with design. I was a good user of InDesign before and Photoshop. Now I don't remember anything because I have a great team. So
You don't
now
need to.
I deleted. I recently last week I was cleaning my laptop because I needed some space, and I deleted all the software. And I was like, this feels so good because I know my team has my back and all of
Yeah.
those things, and I'm just doing something else, but it's great. So yeah, and I was launching different menus with the teams and promoting them on Instagram. And again, back then, no, it was just starting. Like influencer marketing was just starting. Everyone was working with foodies, and I was always pushing us to work with lifestyle influencers, more like people that just genuinely appreciate the brand and would come back no matter what, just like enjoying what we do. But again, it was a very long journey, and every time someone says, "How do you get into this position?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just don't have a formula." But what I'm saying is that I had a lot of freedom and support, and I was allowed to do a lot of mistakes. But also, I was trusted, and I am quite a passionate person. But also, I respect when, like, for me, freedom is important. So I was always aiming to work for myself because I knew it's very difficult for me to follow certain orders, especially if I don't agree with something. That's why I was trying to like do freelancing and filming and stuff. And then when I met the team that has a lot of trust, um, and we see the things differently, I was like, okay, let's do that. And I guess we had Pachamama, Chicama, Pachamama East that were similar direction. And I believe for me, the real time when I felt like I grew up was the time we started building Zephyr. And that was Corona times. So obviously it was like fresh of the whole thing that was happening. And Corona was really difficult, obviously, because no one knew what's happening. Hospitality was suffering. And we actually created quite a few cool concepts while we were just sitting at home.
Okay.
And again, they never came to life. But these are the concepts that then form your understanding. And then this is how other brands come to life.
Yeah.
So I believe when people are like, oh, wow, like you guys opened 3 big brands in the past year. And it's literally been a year since Bottarga, Nina, and Lagana. And I'm like, yeah, that's not fast. That's 10
That's
years
years of
of
work.
our group, and then years of our founders' experience as well. And like, these are years and so many people involved, and so many pictures that I was saved, and so many mistakes that have been done, and so many dinners and trials and everything. So I guess during the times of Zephyr is the time when I got a title for myself, and I started calling myself, I think, a creative director, creative manager, or whatever. I don't remember. I never really cared. But obviously, when you introduce yourself to someone, well,
It just helps,
who
like,
are you? Yeah. What do you do? Because for a long time, I was just like, I don't know, like
I'm just here.
I'm just here, and like people are like, what does she do? But yes, and then Zephyr came, and it was supposed to be a Japanese restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
Okay.
when we were doing the viewings for the site, and we really loved it. I don't know the logic. We were like, okay, we're just gonna be in Marylebone, and then we're gonna be at the end of Kings Road, and then we're gonna be in East London. And now I'm like, how far can you go? Notting Hill. So
Another country.
we took over. Yeah, we took over London, and then the site was beautiful, and the pack was Japanese. We agreed, and then a few weeks later, we're just thinking and realizing that it's probably not something we're ready for.
Okay.
And Greek came to mind because again we had a lot of passion for this sort of cuisine and the vibe. And there was a restaurant that I liked for a few dishes, but it wasn't doing as consistent. And there was another restaurant that we didn't really like the vibe, so we were like, okay, there is place for something casual but cool, Pachamama style. Little did we know that it's gonna be like its own style.
Yeah.
And then I remember going to antique markets. That was my big thing in that times, because right now I'm just like sourcing things from like contact. Like I have people that have certain things, so we know who is doing what. But back then it was like every other week. It was an antique market, like an hour drive from London. And again, it was just like there was a mood board. We had a great team. We were thinking how it's gonna work. We we bought a tablecloth. We put it on the last table in Pachamama, that is now like Nina, the table next to the office door. We put tablecloths that we were the people that would be like, oh, we'll never have tablecloths in our restaurant. And then we came to a point. The reference was I personally like LPM.
Okay.
I had good meals. I had questionable meals, but I really respect the brand, and I love the food that they do. And I remember my first visit, and I was like, I really want tablecloths too. And then the entrecote as well, because it's not like a white tablecloth, but it was like casual, but they had it as well. And we were like, okay, let's try. So we put tablecloths, and our drinks developing team was like walking around with glasses, and I basically bought lots and lots of vintage glasses on the market, and we were like putting on the table and experimenting what is the setup and everything. I feel like that time was like evolutionary for me personally. and there was a lot of a lot of things happening in my personal life as well. So like it was just like, I don't know, that moment when things were shifting crazily. By the same time, if anyone goes through this sort of shifts, I believe that that time I was so it's like 4 years ago. I was about 27, 28, and this is the most difficult times of both my, I believe, my career and personal life. I mean, no, you always go through this, and every time it feels like it's been the hardest. But 27, 28, 29 was really difficult, and at some point I found myself like crying in a sofa room, the one we have in Nina. If people had some aperitifs there and drinks, we have the
The one
small
where
room.
we met.
Ah,
The one where we
yeah,
were. Okay.
exactly. Cute and cozy, and we don't book that room, but people come for drinks and chill, and it's beautiful. So that room was still there when Pachamama was there, and I was on the sofa, laying down, looking up, and being like, "Why am I so useless? Why? What is happening? I'm not. I don't understand." So I was going through this and being like, am I even like, what's happening? So it was difficult. And these are the times when big changes were happening. And I believe that was the time when I really started believing in how I see things. I started believing a lot in my team again. And I mean, my team, like the people I was looking up to, because I didn't have my own team back then. And that was like really difficult as well. Because at some point, not the same time, but a bit later, I called my mom crying because my mom is a teacher. I was like, I don't understand if I'm a bad manager, but I'm not succeeding in like having my team. And then I had a few people, I didn't know how to manage them. And she was like, okay, let's write it down. Let's think about it. What is this? What is that? And now I'm very proud of my team. They're very different people, different characters, different way of thinking about life and doing things. But these are the people I'm like super proud of and excited to see on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But anyway, my story is like
That's fine. And I have so many questions in my mind. I'm like, okay, note to self, ask.
yeah, but basically, I believe Zephyr was the time when I felt like, okay, uh, I'm being involved, and we wrote the menu together and did a mood board, and I found the font that was super cool, and we were working with the branding agency back then, because now we do everything in house at all. But back then, it was a great team, and I gave them exact reference of things we like, and um, Remy came up with this like he found this green stem glass in the office. He put it like, let's leave it on the table for the setup. I was like, you're crazy, no. And then it ended up being the idea that got approved, and I was like, you're genius. That's so amazing. And then I found a box of glass fruits and vegetables in the market, and they were looking so good, and I was like, wow, I just don't know how to use that, because again, I love this reference of LPM having a tomato and lemon and olive oil. I was like, this is so cool. Good. And obviously, like, I'm purely against brands that copy brands. Like, yes, we all get inspired. Yes, there's like everything has been done, but there's so much more you can do. So I was like, I definitely don't want to put anything on the table this way, but I'm so inspired by this. And then when I see this um glass bananas and glass, it was corn, and there was like aubergine, and it was pepper and apple, and it was so cool. I was like, okay, can we find more of this? And then we went online, we found more. So each table had a fruit, and we found this Murano vases that we put around. Leonard did amazing artwork around, and I remember she was putting this big yellow square on the wall, and it was all coming to life during the process. So that's why when people ask us like how guys is so like personal and cool, and there's attention to details, it's like we do everything alongside, and we try food, and we try drinks, and we put things on the wall, and we paint, and we change, and we don't like it, we like it, we approve, and we're very agile in a way. And I believe that is it's quite stressful because you can't plan a lot of things, but at the same time that is what making it fun. Because in a TikTok I say like eating is what I do for living, but like creating these things and working is what I do for living, and I actually love what I'm doing. And this is why probably I don't have a differentiation between like life and work and everything, and like my friends and my family and my work. Everything for me is like in a one basket, which obviously my therapist doesn't really like. Well, I'm like, thank you very much. I started therapy during Corona, was one of the best things, and now every time I say something in the company, they're like, yeah, your therapist is talking, yeah, like a lawyer, but yeah. But anyway, I guess like Zephyr was the time when we really all came together again and started finding our style again. And it was very different to what we did before, even though I really miss Pachamama now. And we will be definitely opening a Pachamama. Spoiler, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
We started writing things on the wish list and the calendar, and like in a way where it actually works. I wrote a few names of people I wanted to come through the door to the restaurants, and they did. And I wrote a few brands I wanted to work with, and I wrote a few people I'm inspired and became friends with them. So I really believe in putting this down. And so we started writing things, and we do have Pachamama reopening in just a different spot, and because we have this two amazing menus in two different locations, like Pachamama Marylebone has its signatures, and then Pachamama East had its wok dishes and everything, and both menus are phenomenal. So we're gonna bring it back into like
fusion.
Yeah, and it was gonna be one place with a pisco bar and ceviche bar and things coming from the wok and fried chicken and everything. I'm like, oh, I miss it so much. So yeah, it is definitely coming back.
Nice.
But yeah, Zephyr, did we expect it to be so famous in a way, and did we know it's gonna skyrocket like this? Me personally, no. I mean, obviously the guys will always say like, of course we've always worked towards a brand like that, but for me every single day was just exciting. And again, I remember the tastings, and the construction was really delayed, and lots of things are going wrong. It was a very difficult, like really difficult project.
Yeah.
Really difficult. And when it got this sort of positive feedback straight away, because we really believe in word of mouth as the main marketing for us. And we had a few people and friends and family coming and trying, because obviously, again, Pachamama has a very strong following of people that love the food and what we do and the vibe. A lot of our guests moved out, so every time we travel, I meet someone that knows the projects. And again, Zephyr was like something very simple, but something people really wanted. And the vibe got so cool, and we've ordered this amazing playlist from a musician we really love, and he was mixing things for us. And I started using all the glassware I bought on the antique markets. We put like spreads in there, and I remember like my favorite dish in Zephyr, one of them is yellowtail. And it wasn't on the menu when we were like almost launching. And I remember turning to our chef and be like, I really want a yellowtail dish. He's like, yeah, but it's not very Greek. I'm like, yeah, but half of this is not very Greek, you know? I'm like, we are not authentic. I understand. We're trying, and, we're trying to be simple and respect the produce and respect the direction, but also like we're having fun. There's potato terrine on the menu. It's not Greek as well. I remember the potato terrine. If you've seen it on the first tasting at Pachamama, you would never believe in this dish, by the way. It was so ugly. I'm not even saying about the taste. I don't remember if I tried it, because I was like, this is so ugly. I was like, you can't say this about the food, but it was so ugly. And then I found this first picture, and then now what it is now, even the opening and the way the cream looked like and what we had, and now again, it's a questionable, like not everyone loves it, but it's definitely a signature. And I remember the evolution of that dish. Same with yellowtail. And basically, I asked for this dish, and like they presented next day, and it was great. And I was like, this is going to be your top 3 selling dishes, I promise you. And the potato terrine, like, no, it's disgusting. I'm like, just wait for it. Anyway, yeah. And it just, it becomes fully booked. And and it goes viral on TikTok now. I didn't even have TikTok on my phone.
Really?
No, it's just like there was the platform I didn't want to use. I was
Okay.
refusing it, and
Why?
it's was telling me like register, like you filming so many things, start putting it out there. I'm like, no, like I have so many accounts already. Like, no, I I wish to be on that platform earlier, probably, but I also believe in like you do things when you're ready,
Yes, for sure.
and like I was ready to put some sort of like content out there a year ago, and I started, and I got a lot of great feedback, and I met a lot of people I didn't know through this. Of eating is what I do for a living.
Yeah. I love when you pop on my feed and I hear that. I'm like, let's see what she's eating
I
now
was like,
that
is
I'm
it
not
annoying?
eating.
No,
No, it's not annoying at all. I love
No.
that because you are like, you know your stuff. It's nice to take recommendations from people you can trust and you'll know like it'll be good. And I love the way you design it as well. So I always follow it. No, you're not annoying. Like, keep at it. And it's great. And I love like everything you just said, like, honestly. And I have a lot of questions that come from this. But I guess from what I realize is you kind of created the role for yourself and
Yeah,
it came along,
exactly.
yeah, very naturally
Yeah.
in the process. And Zephyr was like your kind of moment. If anyone is kind of looking to do, I guess it's a very hard, it's not a role that exists in every, you know, like restaurant or hospitality group you will go to. But if someone is,
Yeah.
exactly. And if someone is aspiring to do kind of the same or have their own maybe restaurant and be the creative mind behind it,
Yeah.
how would you advise them a bit to go about, or like, you know, any things you learned along the way, especially because it's been a bumpy ride as you kind of
And it's going, and it still is.
Yeah.
It never ends.
So far.
I usually, when I interview people or like I meet people or speak to someone, again, not everyone treats their job the same way. So like not everyone has to live and work. Like some people prefer to separate lives, and it depends. So it depends what kind of personality are you. But I believe hospitality is for people that love hospitality. Not everyone in hospitality loves what they do, but I really try and we as a group try and really find and connect with people that will want to do it for living. So it's not like a temporary solution, even though we'll meet a lot of great people that are just coming there for a year or two while they're studying or traveling or just want something different. I guess the advice would be you have to have a hard skill. Like when I try and like hire someone, is you have to be specializing in something. Even though like it's hard to explain my specialty, right? But like for me, a few important things is like number one, I deal with food. I deal with the way it looks like, and I deal with the way it tastes. Am I a chef? No. But do I know what we as a group want? Yes. So we work with two, three, four amazing, talented people. It's a collaboration of the team and the way we look at it. But I'm the direct point of contact when it comes to like approvals and finding the plates for it. Or sometimes it sounds weird to for the team. Is like, okay, it's not Instagrammable enough. Not in a lame way right now, because like some people take it too far.
Yeah.
Same with the decor.
You
I'm
don't want
like,
it to be too much.
no, of
Yeah.
course, like number one priority is like you enjoy it. It does have to look good on the camera, because this is like the natural way of promoting something without promoting it. But at the same time, if that's the only purpose, like, I'm sorry, no. So like flavor comes first always, and simplicity if possible, and the quality of the product. Like it has to be good fish, good meat, good vegetables, but also we try and source great products that also have the right costing, because you have to be fair with the pricing, and it's becoming very difficult for people, I believe, and people are going out less
Yeah.
from what I've seen before, and there is it's just difficult.
Yeah.
So we don't really want to be the restaurant that is expensive, even though it's not as casual.
Yeah,
you
you're in
know
between.
but we're still trying our best to offer the best service and food, and price it fairly, so people have great experience and are willing to come back again and again and again. So have a hard scale and do something that you really like, and you will only do that when you do a lot of things and you try things, and I tried. And again, I'm not saying that you're gonna love everything you do. So I really don't like admin. I really
Okay. I don't
don't.
think anyone does.
Yeah, people do.
Really?
There's great people on like creating lists and
Yeah,
spreadsheets,
true.
and I'm good at it, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very like, if I do that, I'll be so OCD, and I'm not an OCD person, but I take it to extremes. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, my problem is, yeah, one good advice that um Isco always tells me is that you don't have to make it perfect, just do
Do
it.
it. Yeah.
And like I killed a lot of ideas and a lot of things just because I was overthinking it. And then he would turn to me and be like, I told you just to do it, because then I look other people did it. And it's same, like, probably let's compare it to like TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
The people launch something and they don't have like perfect editing or perfect lighting or perfect camera or whatever, but they're so cool, they're interesting, and I really don't care if it's professional, but it's just interesting, you
Yeah.
know. And I was like, okay, so sometimes I would like overthink and edit something for too long, and then I'm like, okay, I lost my interest already. So if you have something and you want to do it now, just do it. Yes, getting ready in preparation is great, but like just launch it and make it better and just like work on this product. Because I've seen a lot of products grow into something really great, and in the beginning when I saw it, I was like, wow, that is really weird, and I'm not sure, but wow, I love the passion behind it. And then people make it
Yeah.
because they just believe in it, they do it, they don't give up, because it takes time. um
You need a good stamina for sure.
yeah, and it really takes time. Great things takes time. Like,
Mm.
for us, from our first restaurant to now, and the exposure we have now, I remember reaching out to press before. Sometimes they wouldn't even respond, and I understand, like, it wasn't as famous before,
Mm-hmm.
or wasn't as big. It wasn't, even though like we had, again, great publications, but it wasn't as much.
Mm-hmm.
We had really interesting people coming through the door, but now it's like 10 times more.
Yeah.
And the teams, they take it in a good way for granted. Like, everyone, like, anyone that comes through the door, whether you're super famous or no, it has to be the same way we treat everyone. So I guess this is why a lot of people come back. It's because, like, yes, we look after you, but also it's a bit of a family. We joke.
Mm-hmm. You can
We
really see it.
Yeah, we have like members of the team that if like someone doesn't show up on a date, they sit next to them like, let's have a drink. It's okay. I can be your date. I can eat with you. Like, honestly, we have like great people, and
Yeah.
that is another thing, is to, like, I don't know, just work with people that are better than you. So like my team, all the hard skills they have, they're all better than what I could do, and you just guide people, and you you try and you give feedback. I'm very blunt in my feedback. If I don't like something, I'm like, I really don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry. Mm, so again, you see, I'm very bad in structuring what
That's
I
fine.
want to
I'm just letting
say.
you roll.
Yes, but I guess, and just like do it. And if you're good in talking to people, talk to people.
Yeah.
If you're good in cooking, just cook. Just like do something you really enjoy, because again, we spend so much time working. Just like, has to be
Enjoy
fun.
the process. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
fully agree. And so you mentioned obviously, the part of the press, and you've had such success with Zephyr that you maybe didn't expect. The one I'm really interested about is Nina, because I feel like it got so much buzz even before opening. And that's like so cool for a place where like people haven't tried the food yet and they're like already, lining up to go there. Was
Yeah.
this kind of you know,
It was an
how to say?
experiment.
Okay. Was it intentional, or did it like fully surprise you as well, the reaction and how the anticipation, to the opening?
I get surprised all the time. So
Okay.
like, Zephyr was great. I was like, wow, super cool. Like, that's a miracle. Well done to us. Like, hard work pays off. Like, I'm so happy. And then we do Bottarga. And I'm like, when it blows up and gets full, because I remember opening the booking lines. I didn't even have time to book my friends. And then I look into it, and it's like fully booked.
Yeah. It's so hard to get reservations in any of them.
And I'm like, oh my God. And then someone was calling us and screaming at us saying we're hiding tables. I'm like, I genuinely, we do not, like, we wouldn't like to accommodate as many people as we can.
Mhm.
But, so when Botarga blew up, I was like, okay, another miracle. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Even though, again, everyone has their own way of looking at things. And I was like, okay, that's not a coincidence anymore. That's amazing. But also, like, again, Zephyr had a lot of great like people were waiting for it because they loved Pachamama. So they're
Yes.
like, oh, we're so excited of what Pachamama is going to do with this. And then with Zephyr getting this much respect, they were like, okay, what are they going to do there? And then when Bottarga was like this, and we had this difficult decision of turning the Peruvian brand into something that is more day to day, you know, and Italian cuisine is something that you can have for lunch, dinner, and breakfast, and you know, and it's something we always loved. And the name was in my notes for quite some time because it's funny in our group, everyone names, we just throw names and whatever we all like, we just prove that. So Bottarga was one person, Zephyr was another person, Pachamama was one of the brothers. So like everyone just, you know, named it. So Nina was on my list because one of my friends, for me, that was like a very like cool old grandmother's name. And then one of the friends gave birth and her daughter is Nina. I was like, oh, you changed my mind. That is actually like,
it's cute.
the name is like young and you know, it's cool.
I never looked at it as a grandmother name. It's
For
like...
me, it was a grandmother, 100%. She's warm, she cooks pasta for you, but she's you know, she's legit. She's seen life.
You've changed my perception of this restaurant.
Yeah, for me, no, she was like grandmother until I saw this baby, and I was like, okay, that's different. And then I wrote it on my notes, and we had a pack because we were pitching the Italian restaurant somewhere in Mayfair, and it didn't work out, probably for the best. So when we made this decision of opening Nina in Marylebone, like the name was already there, which is great.
Amazing.
And like the menu, we had a mood board for a while of things we loved. And that time is the time I really put a lot of effort into TikToks.
Okay.
And one of the rules is like just do it, you know. So I started filming, and the format, because people are like, oh, I can't work out my format. Me too, but then when you do this and you edit, format comes to you. So one of those was like, okay, I'm just gonna do like day 1 of doing this, day 2 of doing that, and I was doing it. And then we flew to Italy, and I was filming this and that. So like every day I was posting this really short clip of 15 seconds of like everything that is happening, because it's like it's dust, and in the months it's already painted walls. It's amazing. And all the tastings. So I was literally sharing the whole process that a lot of people were asking, like, how does it work? And then Nina got the most of my time in TikTok to like share that. And so I guess when we opened the doors, it was already so known.
Everyone saw the behind the scenes basically. And
and like the people that are in TikTok, again, like I didn't know that every age group, every person that is, you know, the occupations of those people are so different, and it's whether they're kids or them, or like it's crazy how many people I met through TikTok and Instagram both. So obviously the negative side of it is like a lot of people will be like, oh, is it worth the hype, or is it just like a TikTok trap? And I'm like, it wasn't built for TikTok. It was built for good food, but it's just because this platform is powerful now. And 10 years ago, it was a newspaper. So we didn't build it for that, but good, it works. So yes, I guess that's how it became super famous. And again, I personally didn't expect it to be so big. Even though the other two were so big, you know. And then every time I worry about the opening. Like I worry now for all the future openings. Yes, even though like with every single success, it feels like, okay, you should relax because like you know it's going to be fine. I'm like, I don't know. What if they don't like it? Yeah.
Do you worry that people wouldn't like it?
Yeah.
But you trust so much your team. I mean, I guess it's...
Yeah, but I still worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. Like, what if this food just doesn't stick to people? I like it. The chefs like it. The team like it. But some of the things I approve, I don't like them. Like,
really?
Yeah, there is dishes that I really don't like, but I know that people will like it.
Yeah.
But I personally don't. And I personally don't order those dishes, but I really know it will work.
Because it's good, because you can be objective, even if, food is very subjective. You think about others, not just you and what you want to
Yeah.
see. So that's super important.
But that's why we also work with a few chefs together to be like, okay, how do we do this way, or how do we do this, or we like this or no, and then we trial, and if we don't like things, we take it off the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then obviously, so this was Nina, and then you had Bottarga, Zephyr, all of this in one, like, such a short amount of time. Everything's west, and now you're taking us east. You're taking us to new baby Lagana.
We didn't want to take anyone there. We thought like, okay, the locals are gonna come, and then the whole West London.
Just everyone's going. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's great. You're making people move around as well.
Yeah.
But I want to take a bit Lagana as an example of, because I think it was born very quickly compared to maybe the others. Or correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, then I have a.
But yeah, it is quick.
I'm not involved, so I cannot see how much
Yeah.
time it takes. But it was like, it felt kind of quick. But I would love to use this as kind of an example to understand how you go from, as you said, dust and nothing, to what's in your mind reflected in like a fully fledged restaurant that already is like always so fully booked. I had to go drink work lunch.
Yeah. I guess it was quick because obviously we have the formula and we had the site before and we knew what we wanted to do, kind of. But I believe it's just having the right team and everyone working together but parallel at the same time. So everyone has their own thing to concentrate on, and I guess we really understand each other. So I guess it took years and years to actually bond, and like sometimes I don't even have to say anything, or they don't have to say things to me. We read each other. Yeah, we actually argue a lot. We have misunderstandings. We speak out. Yes, passionate people, but at the same time, I guess it's just like the time we spend together and trust again. Because right now, I even like I have better relationship with the team where like 5 years ago, some people would joke behind my back being like, oh, she's a bitch. And I'm like, oh, probably I was at some point. Yeah. You go through a lot of people, you go through a lot of experiences in life. And like at some point I shut down. And at some point I really wasn't friendly. And I'm not proud of that period of time, but that happened as well. So if that happens, just like try to get out of that. Anyway, so right now I believe again there's a lot of freedom. So like I would probably the things I say now, like if one of like our chef comes to me and say like, what do you think about this? And probably 5 years ago I'd be like, no. Now even though I might think this way, I'll be like, okay, let's try. You don't know. Maybe, and I was like, okay, I trust you. Let's just see. And if it doesn't work out, it just does like, okay, move on quick, adjust. So Lagana, like we knew this would happen. We had the timeline. We knew August was shut down. We have this amount of weeks. So obviously it happened quick because we prepared for this. So we started preparing. The time we were building Nina, we were already preparing for this, and we knew. But we didn't have the name till like 2 weeks before the opening. Okay. We didn't, or maybe like 1.5 weeks before the opening. We wanted it to be like a bit more fun. We wanted it to be different. We didn't have this on the mood board. We were going through so many names. Some of them were funny, and it was just confusing. And I was like, okay, do we need a name? It just doesn't, when it feels right, it feels right. Bottarga felt right. Nina felt right. Zephyr felt right. Zephyr was like a difficult word for me, but I really loved it, even though it was like not my favorite name, but like I really like respect it and love it in a way. Pachamama, that people always called Pacamama or Chichimama, Chichamama, whatever. But anyway, so basically I was like really struggling, and the whole team, like everyone was coming up with great names, but it just doesn't work. Yeah. And we had our chef brought this amazing crisps in the menu of Bottarga. That was something I never knew about. This Lagana bread. And he's like, okay, this is traditional bread. We make it like once a year, and I make crisps out of it. And this is something I didn't have on my mood board or the menu that I wrote, but this was the part of the freedom and like working together. Yeah. So I love those crisps. So I would literally be like stealing them from the chefs. And I feel bad because they don't really like say no to me. And I'm like eating crisps. And so I was like, okay, this word is nice. Like, let's Google it. Is it used? Is it registered as a trademark? Like, what's happening? Yeah, and it wasn't used, and it was such a playful, great name. And then we knew the branding will be playful already, and we really wanted the paper tablecloth, and I just like really didn't know if it's gonna work out because we've never used it ourselves. But from the times of the entrecote steak for us, and like everyone's like, how did you guys start drawing in Lagana? And it was the times when we would like draw plans and timelines in entrecote, because it's literally next to Nina, next to our office. So we would go grab lunch, and while waiting for food, we'd be like drawing things. And then sometimes we would take the tablecloths with us. So at some point we were like joking. I was like, Iska, one day we're gonna draw in our own restaurant. So I remember on the friends and family night of Lagana, like this trial night, I was coming out from the tube and I'm going to the shop. I grabbed a few, like,
Color pen.
yeah, whatever it was, like different ones. I didn't know it was just going to be crayons. I just got everything I found. And I just put it on the table with our friends and be like, okay, is people going to draw something? And we bought more. And I remember we just did 2 or 3 nights of friends and family. That's how we usually do it. We just tested on us first, and then we started doing like a soft launch. And I literally like the kitchen was feeling comfortable to like try and cook more. So I literally posted on Instagram being like, I have a few tables available tonight.
I saw that. I was too late for it.
Yeah, and it was just so immediate.
Yeah, which is
Wow.
great.
And I booked a few people in that I didn't know, and they come, they give us feedback, and we just started putting crayons everywhere, and it just, they loved it. And obviously the artwork that Lunara does is incredible and goes well and makes the space really different. And then the kitchen team and the bar, the cocktails, again, everyone is doing their thing and trust the opinion. So I guess that was why it was so quick. Why it was so stressful. It was so stressful. Like everything again. And I'm till the very end, until I personally see the place that is fully booked for like 6 months. Like I forgot, we didn't really announce the New Year's celebration. Like we obviously always celebrate it. We always have a DJ and we have a late night, but we didn't. This was the first year we didn't mail out about anything. And I went a month or two ago to see the bookings for the New Year's night, and it's full.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm like, why am I surprised? Why I'm surprised?
But it's nice that you still are surprised. It's like,
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Yeah, it
like
makes you
extra
happy for
happiness
sure.
for
Yeah.
but it's great to see this. But now is the time when you're like, there's a few words like, number one, how do you maintain the consistency? Because obviously like this is something that brings people back, and you obviously you have we will have this policy of we care about every single guest. Like, yes, there are mistakes that are happening. Some will have a better experience than the others. It happens, but we just like, okay, how do we bring people back? How do we take feedback as a gift? How do we do this? Because obviously the more expectations there are, the harder it is to meet that.
For sure.
It's scary. And sometimes I'm like, guys, like, you read a review, because we read every single review, and sometimes like, oh yeah, like I expected more. I'm like, what else?
I mean, you're never going to be able to satisfy everyone. There's
No,
always going to be like
but we always pay
criticism.
attention
Yeah,
to
of course.
everyone.
I'm sure.
But yeah, we actually do have a great base of people that are regulars in all the venues. Some of them are in all the venues, some of them in particular venues, some of them are neighbors, some of them come every day. But we are very blessed. So like, number one is consistency, and number two is like, what's next? Because everyone's like, the expectations are so high.
Yeah, of course, we're all waiting for what's next.
Yeah, and you're like, oh no, I'm so scared. And I remember the older brother looks at me and was like, okay, so like, are you scared? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why are you scared? I'm like, I'm always scared of the new project. Like, he's like, yeah, but
It's an exciting scary.
yeah, but he's like, but you don't look like, it looks easy on you. I'm like, I am so scared inside. I just don't show it because I'm gonna cry, but yeah.
You need to keep it together for the team.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Is there something from all of like, you've collected a lot of concepts and your mood boards and everything. Is there one concept that you're still like, very keen on doing that you think might be next sometime in the future?
I really wanted a Japanese concept, and that was a while ago. And I'm happy it didn't happen before, because again, the way I see it now and the way we as a team see it now and before is very different. Also, it was an all day like cafe, but no cafe. I don't know if it's gonna come to life, because again, before I had a bit of a different like mindset, And now I'm like, you have to be selective with the time. Time flies. Like I'm 32, but I do feel that I'm not 21 anymore. And like some people will actually laugh and be like, "Oh, you're just 32." Yeah, that's true. But like, I have way less energy. I have way more experience, which is great. But it's still it's very different. But I really am excited about the Japanese concept.
Okay.
That would be, and yeah, we have, to be honest, we have a pipeline of things we love, and some of them will come to life, some of them no. It's like sometimes the right time, the right place, and you're like,
Yes.
okay, I have a perfect concept for this.
Yeah.
But sometimes things change and some concepts don't go through.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. And so is there anything you can share for like what's next that you're expecting?
I can share a few actually. Yes. Currently, the biggest excitement and anxiety at the same time is probably Zephyr in Monaco, because it's something that is very close, and we're hoping to launch mid January.
Okay, wow.
Just to take it slow and quiet and just build up to closer to spring and the season and summer. This project have been it's been in making for some time, so it's been long on our minds. It was a bit delayed, and it's something that is, again, every single project is important, especially when you go abroad. It's really scary. It's a new market. I do know that a lot of guests that love Zephyr in London live around there. They travel, and when they heard that we are planning on opening in Monaco, there was a lot of excitement. But at the same time, it's still so unknown and scary. So yes, that is something.
Exciting.
And then for London, we've been really hoping to bring Soraya, the brand that we've opened in Abu Dhabi, was born in Abu Dhabi. That is the next brand that we are bringing to London. That is also really exciting.
Nice,
Because it's the food we love. It's the food that we really appreciated. And it is exciting to bring that brand, especially because we've shared so much, and everyone's like, when is this coming to London? And like before, I was like, yeah, it's coming, but now we know it's coming, so we're like, okay, we're excited. And it's going to be, again, very different to what we do, but the same vibe, so you can always recognize the group touch through this.
And I love that in what you do, because you can always recognize that touch of, the Pachamama and across all of them. And I love that you can tell which restaurant you're in based on like some specific things, and because you're so attentive to detail. And I love that as well. And so I wanted to ask you as well. Okay, so I have a funny one from all the restaurants. If I want to ask you, because I feel like each one has their identity as if they're a person. If you were to choose like a, fuck, marry, kill, but we don't want to kill anyone. So like fuck, marry, friend zone.
Oh, yeah.
What are the three restaurants? I have mine in mind, but I want to see yours.
Fuck, marry, and friend zone. 3.
Because we don't want to kill any restaurant.
I mean, Lagana is a baby, so we'll put it on the side.
On the friend zone, it's cute.
Probably we can fuck with Nina.
I agree. Because it's not a grandma.
Yeah, no. Zephyr is Mary, because for me it's like the OG. And like Bottarga, Lagana.
Your friend zone.
Yeah, friend zone.
Yeah.
Because they're very warm and like everything. I have this like weird relationship with Nina, because like everyone loves it. Most of the people I know, they love it the most. And like Nina, again, like you said, had the most. Yeah, like it's just also the people that come through the door. I'm like, how do you find about the restaurant? Like, I'm so happy you're here, but like that's cool, But at the same time, Zephyr was like the first for me, like is my personal beginning. Pachamama is just everything to us, and we named the group after it. Means Mother Earth. It is a difficult word to pronounce and to write, but I personally have a lot of love to it. And Bottarga for me is just like warm. I love it. I love it in terms of atmosphere. I like that it's darker. I love that it's like, and sometimes it's like a sexier vibe. because like Zephyr is quite bright in a way and colorful
Yeah.
and but yeah, it's difficult to choose.
Yeah.
And I have my favorite dishes in each restaurant, and I feel like depends on my mood is the place I'd go, because like after this I'm going to Lagana. I haven't been
Okay.
for a while.
Nice.
I want to
It's a good mood.
see what's happening. Yeah, we're going with Giuseppe, one of the managers from Nina that everyone knows and loves. Again, we have great people and great personalities. Sometimes I don't go to the restaurant and then I'm like, oh, I want a coffee. And then I open the camera and see who's in Nina. I'm like,
You're
I'm
stalking.
telling you, literally, I'm like, okay, Giuseppe's there. I'm going to go and ask him for an espresso because I love when he makes it for me. Or
Okay.
like the other venues, I'm like, okay, am I going to see this person, this person? I love going to venues and seeing people that I miss. And they literally like part of daily life. But yeah, so it depends on the day and the mood.
Definitely.
But Nina is just also the most convenient because obviously it's the head office as well.
Yeah.
So
Makes more sense.
yeah, if you sit next to like a door and everyone comes out and in and out, I'm probably there. Uh, so it's hard to hide sometimes,
Yeah.
you know. People are like, oh, where Nina are you? I'm like, yes, it's 10 p.m. but I am in the office still. Yes,
Working hard for the next
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, honestly, I've enjoyed so much talking to you. I need
Thank
to
you.
wrap this up, but I can't let you go without asking you, because what you do for a living is eat.
Yeah.
I need to ask you your, let's put it top 5 recommendations in London so that you can choose different cuisines if you want.
I'll just name the places that probably I go the most, even though they're probably not most like romantic or there is always a list if you want a birthday or this or that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But the places that are very dear to my soul is I love Kokoro. I go a lot. It's literally like next to Nina, and I don't know. It's just like the fish is super fresh and the nigiris and hand rolls and the miso soup, like everything. And the thing is, I started going there. My friend showed it to me 4 or 5 years ago. And I feel like me posting it so much is getting me less and less space. I literally walk in on a Sunday night. There is a queue. I'm like,
Because of
Yara.
you.
I was like, you should not post this much. So that is a place I love.
Okay.
Even though my one of my best friends, she's not really a fan. I'm like, I don't really know why, but I love it. Number 2 would be a place that sees us a lot as well is the Gold Mine.
Okay.
And the Chinese restaurant in Queensway. It's not fancy or anything. It's just we always have the same order. It would be a whole roast duck off the bone, amazing, so good. Egg fried rice, morning glory, noodles. You know, that would be the order, and that is like a very fulfilling meal. Like it's great. Number 3. I mean, it's not by the order.
No, yeah.
I do love Bear and Jug.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really go a lot because I just I'm always like lastsecond.com and they're always full.
Yeah.
And I message Kian and I'm like, I know he is gonna get the table, but it's just like so late and yeah. But I love what they do, really do. And then I love Bleecker. If it's a burger, I really love that. And I've recently tried actually because apparently there's like a top 50 burgers and like number 1 is like in Spain, number 2 is Bleecker, and number 3 is Black Bear, and the signature is with the one that won the award is with bacon, so I can't try it.
Okay.
But I've tried the spicy wings that they had in Black Bear and it was so good. But fresh off, like you just buy it and eat it because the one through the delivery was not my favorite. I love Nando's. That is not part of 5, but like I love what I love what they do. There is quite a few other spots that I used to go to and love. I love the sandwich shop next to Nina now. I pass by a lot. I don't remember the name. It's next to Kokoro. I think something and Sons. I forgot.
Okay. I don't know the name.
Rosts and Sons.
We can find it on Google Maps.
Yeah, but it's literally
fine.
next to Kokoro, and I believe
Okay.
that Top Joe, right?
Okay.
They did an interview with
okay.
with Harry Styles, and he mentioned that like it's a cool spot. Everyone stands for sandwiches there, and yes, that's actually interesting. Like I have quite a few other spots that I really love, but I just forget about them.
That's fine. We can check your TikTok. They're all on there.
But it's all there, and yeah, there's a lot. I think I am starting to come back to posting again, because I took a break since we started building Lagana. I was really incapable of putting anything out there in TikTok, and I had an amazing meal for my birthday in Osip, like 2 hours drive from London.
Okay.
Beautiful Michelin star restaurant, and they have amazing rooms as well. So like I've eaten quite a few great things in the past few months that I couldn't speak about because I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
okay.
I think I'm probably trying to go. It's like, when you have to push yourself to come back to the gym.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. And then you get
back in the momentum.
addicted again.
Yeah,
So I need this addiction back because I lost it.
Okay. We're
So
waiting for you.
hopefully it's coming back. But yes,
we are waiting for you.
thank you.
But Yara, thank you so much. I'm sure everyone's like finally so happy to hear the story, your own story, and then the journey with all the different restaurants that everybody loves. We're so excited to see what's next, and genuinely thank you so much for your time. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to The Seat of the Muse, and I'm so grateful you chose to spend this time with me. If something stirred you today, a thought, a feeling, a question, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow on your favorite platform, leave a review, and even share this episode with a friend. Your support truly fuels this space and helps invite more voices to sit down with me. Until next time, stay curious.